Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wrestling. And we've been gone for a few weeks, so we have a pretty jam-packed episode this week. We have a lot of stuff to run down. We have to talk about AEW Revolution. We have to talk about the upcoming Elimination Chamber events and all wrestling news that we've missed out on, really. So, Jack, anywhere you want to start in particular?
We might as well start with AEW Revolution. It's the one that we glaringly missed out on, so I suppose talk about that. As an overall show, what did you think?
I don't really think it was AEW's best pay-per-view yet.
If you count All In, I preferred All In. If you don't, maybe I like Double or Nothing as well.
I don't know. It was really good.
Yeah. No, it was a very, very good pay-per-view. There wasn't a bad match on the whole card. There was just a few kind of slight bits that AEW have always fallen victim to. Like, I think they could have done more to tell some of the stories, and we'll probably get into that. But overall, as a show, fantastic show. Thought we'll get into it, but I thought the tag match was excellent.
Yeah,
by far and away the best AEW tag match so far, if not best tag match ever. But yeah, so we might as well start with the first match, the opening match. Goldust.
Dustin Rhodes.
Goldust. Dustin Rhodes versus Jake Hager.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
It was okay. It was alright. I don't think it was anything special. Like I didn't know what to like. I wasn't expecting magic between 50-year-old Dustin Rhodes and Jake Hager. But
business Jake Hager, like.
Wow, sorry, well, you kind of broke up there.
Like we weren't expecting much between 50-year-old Dustin Rhodes and 3 years out of the business Jake Hager.
Yeah, but it was still fine. Like it wasn't a bad match by any standard. And
I thought it was a good match for an opener. I thought it was a good opener to the card. Second tone, it was good. And when you do consider that Goldust, Jesus Christ, Dustin Rhodes and Jake Hager, like when you consider Dustin Rhodes is 50 and Jake Hager is 3 years out of the business, then it was a good match for all it was.
Yeah, bar that one spot that everyone was talking about.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. I get the premise. It's very.
It's dated.
Very dated, yeah. And like Dustin Rhodes came from a different generation, and he probably came from that generation where stuff like that was okay.
Yeah.
But in this day and age, I didn't like to see it, and
I don't know. It just doesn't look right now, does it?
If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, Dustin Rhodes forcefully kissed Jake Hager's wife.
Yeah.
It's just and then the crowd popped so hard for them. Like, will you stop?
Yeah, don't enable him.
Yeah. That's one thing I like about the thing is that they didn't really explain who she was, and it's I get
at the start, like it was Jake Hager mauling face off her, like so.
But I just don't understand what purpose she had to play. Like, fair enough if she was an on-screen wrestling character, but they built this whole story around her, even though she was nothing got to do with the build-up. She was there,
which makes it worse. She just got,
but it's it is strange. I thought, other than that, aside from that, I think it served its purpose to open the card. Yeah, it done really well.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good match. I mean, it wasn't a bad match.
Yeah.
Okay. So next up was Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin. And again, like I think this is one of the better matches of the night. I think like it was one of the kind of sleeper matches of the night. I think like because of more kind of newsworthy stuff happened in other matches, this one kind of flew under the radar.
Yeah.
But I think it was I was looking forward to this match anyway because I'm a big fan of Darby Allin. I think Sammy Guevara is like he's really good in the ring. Like I think Sammy Guevara is really really good. So I was looking forward to seeing like what the two of them could accomplish on a big stage, and they didn't disappoint. I thought this match was just great.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I think it shows the upside of AEW where you wouldn't like these matches happen on the indies a lot, and in WWE you wouldn't see them. So you're opening the eyes of these matches to people around the world and on a big stage. So I thought it was a very very good match. Darby Allin is incredible. He's going to be in 5 years' time. He's going to be a huge star for AEW.
Yeah, I think he's the future. Like I think he's the future. Like I think he's there like Jeff Hardy. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly the same comparison I made. He's like Jeff Hardy. Actually, it would be a match if Jeff would be able by the end of his contract to be a match.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Just a passing of the torch kind of thing. But like, but yeah, no, Darby's class, and I just think he's so good. Plus, like that 630 as well from Sammy to the outside through the table was just bonkers.
Yeah,
that was just crazy.
Yeah, it was an incredible match. There are two just futures of the business, and I'm really looking forward to what comes next from it. So yeah, what was after that? What was next?
After that, I think it was the undisputed match of the night. It was the AEW World Tag Team Championship match between the champions Kenny Omega and Hangman Page against challengers the Young Bucks.
Yeah,
and where do we start here? this was just something else, really. I think it's hard to call it the best tag team match of all time. I think it's hard to call any tag team match the best tag team match of all time. Because I think with tag team wrestling especially, it's like a lot of recency bias. So, if a fantastic tag match happens now, people always seem to jump on that as the greatest tag match of all time because tag matches are never highlighted as much as singles matches, so it's harder to remember the kind of old tag matches, if you get me. So, yeah. But nonetheless, it was still fantastic, and it was still you could definitely make the argument. So it was just the perfect combination of in ring action and storytelling, and just it was going to be good when Hangman and Matt were chain wrestling, and then Matt extended his hand and Hangman just spat in his face.
Yeah,
and you knew then this is going to be so good.
I thought as good as everyone performed in this match, I thought Hangman Page was a star. I thought he was excellent.
I think Hangman in the last 6 months has really come into his own as a top level main event type star. He's really shown. We've always knew that he was really good in the ring and really underrated and a fantastic athlete and stuff. But he's really proven that he's just on another level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't wait to see. I'm so excited for his development as a wrestler over the next even the next year, just to see where he is this time next year, and him, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, all these guys who are just coming into their own in AEW. That's why I'm most excited for AEW, really, more than anything, is to see these up and comers get their shot on a big stage,
Yeah.
But I was going to say, I was gonna say something and I can't remember. Yeah, I like. There's so much to talk about in this match. It's really hard. There's plenty of like key spots. Like, I want to say when you know when so obviously there was Hangman when Hangman spat in Matt's face. That just great. And then you had like Kenny not knowing, trying to be like civil between the two and like trying to, remain impartial. But like, Hangman's not standing for that. Like Hangman's like, you're my partner, be my partner.
Yeah.
Just the box hitting the golden trigger on Kenny was just so good.
And the Meltzer driver onto the outside.
Yeah. And then like one of my favorite spots of the match was Hangman hit the Angel. I thought that was
no, it was a fantastic match overall. Thought
yeah, it was a fantastic match. And
I'm glad we're not doing this show in person. I don't want to get the coronavirus.
yeah, no, genuinely, like I've literally been sick for like a week. So what's it called? And I was happy as well with the result that like not only did Hangman and Kenny win, but Hangman was the one who got the pin. Like Hangman won. Hangman got the finish. Like, so I was happy with that. And then Hangman and then after the match was when we got the really cool like teases for like this further, like for the furthering of the storyline. So then we get like Kenny's shaking hands with Matt and Nick, and like they're offering Hangman to come in and shake as well, but he's like, no, like I don't want to. And then, excuse me, and then you have Kenny and Matt, Kenny in the box, like stand in the triple super kick position, and it looks like maybe they're going to do it, but like it's just really subtle the way they do it, like so. And then they don't, and then Hangman leaves the ring, and then he's standing on the apron, and he's like, he looks like he's going to hit the buckshot on Kenny, and you're like, oh no, and you see the look in his eyes, and then Kenny turns around and he just like offers him to step out of the ring, and like, yeah, oh Jesus, it was just, I love the fact that like nothing's changed now after the match. Every like it's still as tense as it was. There's been no blow off yet. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the issue hasn't gone away, and it won't go for another while.
I'm looking forward to where this goes. I reckon this goes to Double or Nothing. Like.
When is Double or Nothing?
May.
Yeah, it will. When's the next show? I know they announced it.
Blood and Guts.
Yeah.
That's just a special episode of Dynamite. Like, it's not a pay-per-view.
Is it? I wasn't sure. I thought it was.
No, it's a special episode of Dynamite. Like Bash the Beach, like so it's like not this Wednesday. I think the Wednesday after.
Okay, fair enough. So and they haven't announced what the War Games match is.
No, not yet. No, not yet. Yeah, I'd assume it'd be next week. I think it is. It's towards the end of March anyway. It's this month at some point. So I can't remember the exact date, but it's at some point this month.
Interesting. So what came after the tag match?
It was the AEW Women's Championship match between Nyla Rose and Chris Statlander.
Yeah. I think
they're put in a tough spot. Like, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Especially Chris Statlander was apparently sick for like the entire week as well.
Yeah, she had the flu.
It wasn't easy. But it was good. It was okay. I think Nyla Rose, you can only do so much with her in the ring.
Yeah. Like I've come around on Nyla, um, since the match at Rio, because I thought the match at Rio was really good.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so she can have good matches then. And I'm a massive fan of Chris Statlander. I think she is great. And like, so I was like, yeah, maybe this could be good. Like, but it was put in a tough spot. And then it was fine. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, again, there was no bad matches on this card per se. Like, but there was just like, there's either like excellent matches or like good matches. You know what I mean? Like, so there was this was a good match. It was fine. Probably the weakest match on the card.
Yeah, which doesn't mean
Probably.
bad match either. It's just the rest of the matches were so good.
Yeah. Like, it's no fault of the wrestlers. Like, but but no, like I think there's huge upside to Chris Statlander. I think she is fantastic, and like I think she is going to be like a massive star. Like, I just love the alien gimmick. To be honest, I just think it's so funny.
Yeah.
Her just booping people. I think it's great. So yeah, I mean, there's not much to talk about here. Nyla Rose wins with a beast bomb, aka a power bomb, off the top rope, and yeah, that was it. Like, we'll see where it goes. I don't know what's next for Nyla Rose. Like, probably just like a bit of a warpath through the women's division until like they build someone up to take the belt off her.
Can you see who can you see be the one to beat Nyla Rose at the moment?
I don't know. I think they're lacking good female baby faces. Maybe Statlander.
Yeah, you have to rebuild her now, though, even after she just been beaten. But
Yeah, but like it kind of makes sense in a way, because like have Nyla go on a warpath through the rest of the women's division, and then like that gives Statlander time to build up like a win streak. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
I don't know. Like I said, they're kind of lacking female baby faces at the moment.
you come back,
Well, sorry, what?
unless you come back with Riho.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. Is that a good decision? Like, like just putting it back on Rio. Like, I think until Rio sorts out like if she's going to be living in America or not. Like, I think they probably avoid putting the belt back on her.
Yeah, probably shouldn't have put the belt back or on her in the first place for that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe Yuka Sakazaki's there. Hikaru Shida's there. I don't know. I don't know. They're like they're all the compelling female wrestlers there are heels. Like, they're all good wrestlers really, but like the ones with character say are heels.
Yeah, true.
So I don't know. Like Britt Baker's there and B Priestley's there, I guess, to a lesser extent. I'm trying to think of what the women signed. Oh, Big Swole's there.
Yeah,
she's probably the next contender, I said, but I don't think she'll win it.
I'm not sold on her either. Her and Nyla Rose had a match there a couple of weeks back. I don't know if it was on Dynamite or Dark, but my God, the amount of botches in it was awful.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you saw that. There's actually like a compilation on YouTube of the amount of time. There was like stuff that wasn't even botches. It was like stuff that they'd get to a spot in the ring and they'd both freeze and won't know what they're actually doing next, so they're standing there looking at each other, So I could do without seeing that match on a big stage after what I saw for a while anyway, until both get a better experience. I think Nia needs to be in there with people who have the experience to guide her.
Yeah,
ball at the moment. I think down the line, could they get to a level where they have a good match? Yeah, of course. But we're off. We're off that some way at the moment, so I wouldn't like to see that be next.
Yeah.
What I was thinking, like, which would be interesting, is if Awesome Kong comes back as a babyface.
Yeah, but I know who knows how long she's going to be gone for, because I don't even know why she's gone. Like, some people were saying it was to go off and film Glow, and some people were saying it's because she's actually legit injured. So
Could be a bit of
both. Yeah, it could. So who knows? But yeah, no, like that is something I would like to see. And it wasn't it something they teased like months ago.
Yeah, in the Battle Royal.
Yeah, they definitely teased it. Yeah. No, yeah, I'd be up for that, and I'd have Nyla go over there as well. Just yeah, it just makes sense. Okay. So that's pretty much that match. Nothing else to really talk about in that. After that, I believe it was Cody and MJF.
Yeah, that was like what else to say about that match? I think you're getting into a formula now with Cody where he's always like the third match in the card, and he's like it's always the most emotional match. You have like an emotional dump.
Yeah. Like I said this to you after we both watched the show, but like I said that I thought the match was underwhelming, and I think now it was meant to be. Like it was meant to. You're meant to kind of feel like, oh, MJF won, kind of thing. Like so. I think I was just worked like a merc.
Yeah. See, I didn't think. I thought it was excellent because I
No, I mean, it was a really good match.
Sorry?
It was a really good match, like, but I don't know why. I thought MJF would win. That's the thing. Like, I was expecting him to win, but I don't know. I was just expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was just expecting something else. I don't know. And
I thought in terms of the actual execution of it, I thought it could be done a little better in the sense that, like, I think they could have done a bit more, and that comes with experience with MJF as well. Like, I think he could have done a bit more to let the crowd in on him that he had the ring. You know, I haven't heard from anyone in the live crowd, but I would imagine if you're in the live crowd, it just looks like he beat him with a punch because he didn't do enough to let the crowd know. And it comes with experience, and we often forget how green, not green, green is the wrong term, but how young and how new to the business MJF is, and the fact that he's in that high of the spot after 3 years in the industry is incredible, and he will eventually learn stuff like that. I would imagine with people like Arn Anderson there, and people like now you have Jake Roberts there. They're teaching him these things, these little things. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, but I just thought the execution could have been a little better. But still, I thought it was a fantastic match. I like how it kind of teased like the Arn Anderson thing where Cody kicks him and you're thinking, oh, Lard, come back now and attack him.
Yeah. He'll just see flashes. He'll just see Dusty in the ring. He just won't even see Cody anymore.
Yeah, could see now. But no, it was. I thought I get what you're saying about the kind of just you're flat at the end of the finish, but I think that's how you're supposed to feel, you know.
I know. I get that now. Like I get that now because I'm kind of like, okay. Like I mean, I don't think the story's done by a long shot. Like I think they're going to come back to it. And I think it's smart now that they're moving Cody away with the Jake Roberts thing, and
we'll talk. I'm really really excited about that. But
yeah, because I think that was the big question looming over, especially over that feud coming out of the show, being like, what's next for them?
Yeah,
like it seems like MJF's making a play for the AEW World Title, which he,
when you look at it, he like if you're looking at this as an athletic competition, and if you wanted to go around the way of like UFC and stuff, he would deserve the title shot.
Yeah, he would. Like I think is he unbeaten in 2020? I think he hasn't lost yet.
No, yeah, I think he's unbeaten.
Oh, is he?
No, I think he is unbeaten. Like he hasn't.
Oh, yeah. I think he's unbeaten as well. So and like plus now he's after beating like someone big in the form of Cody. So so yeah, like I reckon MJF going for the title is inevitably next, like, and then with Cody versus whoever Jake Roberts' client is, whoever that may be.
Who do you think? We might as well just talk about it now. What did you think of the segment, and like who do you think it is? Is it
first of all, I loved the segment. I thought it was one of the best promos of the year. I'm so happy.
In terms of AEW, like you could argue, it's the best promo AEW, like in AEW history.
It's up there. I mean, AEW have had some really good promos. But
I think the only one. I think Jericho's one in like the second episode of AEW, the one where he's introducing the Inner Circle. I think it's either that or the one Jake Roberts just had. Which, like, when you think of it, like that's the first promo Jake Roberts has cut in 20 years, and to a live crowd, and on a scale like that. But he comes in and he just never loses a step, like.
Yeah, I think one of Cody's babyface promos from like the feud with Jericho was up there as well. Like it's hard to kind of nail one down, but like there's one of them I remember being like really good. But yeah, I know it's definitely up there. For a second, I'm also really, really happy for Jake. Like, like it's great seeing him, like, you know, get to show to the world again that, like, you know, he's still Jake the Snake. Like, he's still, you know.
And he's back. He's back in the wrestling space. He's back in the wrestling business. I think for him to be working and earning a living after all he's been through has been fantastic. And I think AEW is the perfect fit because he doesn't have to be on the road. Like, fucking night, because I feel like stuff like that is what led to his issues anyway. I think, you know, on travel once a week would be good enough for him. I think when you go back, I know recently, like offline, we've talked about Beyond the Mat and a few stats and like how hard that is to watch of like the Jake Roberts segment of that, because that was like at the height of the issues he was going through, and the like you see in the film, like the issues with his daughter and stuff like that. And then you watch the resurrection of Jake the Snake, that all about how DDP brought him back and brought him in and took him in and helped him fight his demons. And he gets put into the WWE Hall of Fame. He does that thing at Raw, old school Raw with Dean Ambrose, which is ironic.
I say he's delighted to see him now. Yeah.
Yeah, which is amazing to think of now, because that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic when wrestling produces a story like that. Because there's so much bad and so much clouds over wrestling in terms of the amount of young deaths, the amount of drugs back in the day, the whole lot, and a lot is made about that, and there's so much little made about the positive stories that come from it, and this is truly one of them. I think it's a comeback story, a fantastic story. It's a story that, you know, could be made into a movie someday.
Yeah, definitely,
yeah. And you know, good for Jake Roberts. You know,
yeah, I'm delighted for him. Like, I really am.
And it's fantastic for DDP too. You know, it shows.
Yeah. What a friend. We all need a friend like DDP.
Yeah, you know, it wouldn't, like, when you look at it, right? When you look at the landscape of what you just talked about, the resurrection of Jake the Snake, that was only filmed, what, 5 years ago, 6 years ago? And you look at it now, Jake Roberts is working now full time with AEW, and Scott Hall is about to be inducted for the second time into the WWE Hall of Fame, which is incredible when you think of it.
Yeah, I know. Like, you know, it is genuinely, and like I said, no, I'm just really happy for Jake, like that he was it that, and like what makes it even sweeter is like when he cut that promo, like it was like he didn't he didn't miss a beat. Like, and there was just like no one cuts a promo like Jake the Snake, and like he has such a distinct way of. And
I was thinking of it because, like, in terms of promos, I was trying to think where would Jake Roberts rank, because I was thinking like I think Rock, I think Ric Flair, and I think in terms of heel promos, Jake Roberts. Because if you listen to anyone talk about like the Undertaker in his interview with Austin a few weeks back, saying how he learned to cut promos from Jake Roberts and how quiet he spoke, and you know, like Jake Roberts really like blazed the trail for promos for people who didn't want to just go out there and scream and yell, like the Ultimate Warrior and all these. Like, I know Chris Jericho said in 2008 or whenever the feud with Shawn Michaels was, he modeled all his promos off Jake the Snake, and that, you know, if he said he used to be in the ring and people would say, "Oh, we can't hear you," so he'd get quieter, so you'd lean in more to listen, and
yeah,
that's something he learned from Jake Roberts. And I think, you know, in terms of landscape of promos, Jake Roberts like was a trendsetter, and he still is 20 or 25 years on, you know.
yeah, absolutely. I think I think it's hard to rank him. It's hard to rank him like in the top. Like, I mean, you definitely make the argument that he's top 3. You know, promos, especially heel promos of all time. But I think he's the most overlooked. Definitely, I think when people talk about like promos, they go Rock, Austin, Flair, Heyman, Punk, Vince, Macho Man. They never talk about Jay. I find anyway, they never talk about Jay the Snake.
Yeah.
So like, I think he's the most overlooked promo. You know.
But the thing is, right? You talk about Punk, you talk about Austin, you talk about Heyman, all these people. I guarantee you, if you ask them who influenced them for promos, it was Jake Roberts.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you know, like he's like the founding father of like a sinister heel promo.
Yeah. You put Jericho up on that list, and he says,
Jericho too.
But I went down during the week. I went down a rabbit hole of watching Jake Roberts promos just the time. But I came across one, and I think it might be one of the most genius promos I've ever heard. Where it was like everyone talks about the WrestleMania 5, the one against Ted DiBiase, and that's a great promo. But like in terms of just genius, this promo, it was just a random promo with Gene Okerlund, and Gene asks him the question, and he starts to talk, but his mouth is moving, and it seems like the audio is like cut. That you know his mouth is moving and he's giving the promo, but like you just can't hear him, and you feel like the audio is broken. And then after a while, he pauses and he just says, "Now, don't say I can't control you when I just made you get up to fix a TV that isn't broken." And it was just genius. I was like, my motherfucker, what a genius.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, he's class. Who do you think the client is?
I think there's 2. It's either Brody Lee or Lance Archer. Lance Archer's teased it. I could like it's either or. I'd be happy with both because I think it fits both their characters in terms of. Yeah, I'm not sure. I reckon it'll be Lance Archer.
I reckon it'll be Lance Archer as well.
Yeah, which I would not be mad at.
No, I wouldn't be mad at either. But correct me if I'm wrong. Next week, I think I could be wrong here though. But next week, I think AEW is from Rochester, New York,
which is the hometown of Brody Lee.
Yeah, and I think that's when he's expected to make his debut as well.
Yeah.
So it could be Brody as well.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense as well.
I said it to you before. I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but I'd be totally up for seeing Archer and Brody Lee as a tag team.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a great like monster tag team just to rule the tag division for like ages. So it could be both. I've seen people suggest both. Like, why not? Like, and force Cody to find a partner then, like, and find like who has he left to rely on, like, you know, like, because his best friend stabbed him in the back. You know, the Elite is in disarray. Like, he's not going to pick QT Marshall.
You'd go Dustin maybe.
Dustin, I guess, yeah, maybe. But, you know, I don't know. Like that's just an idea. Like it's not even. It's nothing set in stone. Like it probably. I think it'd probably be like Archer. Like, you know, it's kind of like. I think you might lose the audience if you have too many like mysteries going on in the show. Like, you know. So.
Because you already have the Dark Order type.
Yeah. So I would just have like them reveal this next week, and if it's Archer, like, you know, if it's Archer, like, I think the sooner they do it, the better. So yeah, that was that. Next up, we had the penultimate match of the night, which was oh yes, of course, how could I forget? It was Pac versus Orange Cassidy, and Jesus, this was so good. This was such a good match.
I'd say they were so pissed off because they put this as the letdown match, and it actually stole the show, I thought.
Yeah, and like it's on paper, like Orange Cassidy seems like the perfect like letdown guy because he's just so laid back. But like, no, he's a really good wrestler, and this was a really good match. And like, it's just such a good contrast. I love the contrast between Pac and Orange Cassidy, and yeah,
that right. Everyone came out of that, and rightly so, came out of it and said, "Oh, how good is Orange Cassidy?" But in my head, I was thinking, how fucking good is Pac? People forget that. Like,
I think Pac is top 5 best wrestlers in the world, pound for pound.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say he is. I would say like it's Okada, it's Kenny, it's Ospreay. It's Pac, and then there's like, you know, you can make like, it's always hard to name the 5th one, but there's maybe. I think Pac's. Go on.
I'd say Seth Rollins.
No, but I'm talking about like overall everything, like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but yeah, I would say Seth.
Do you think so?
I think on his day when he's a heel, Seth Rollins.
But yeah, when he's on form, he's really like, he's phenomenal.
You can't judge someone's wrestling ability based on how he's booked, because that's not his fault.
That's true too.
Seth Rollins has proved in the past that he is one of the best wrestlers in the world when he's booked properly.
No, he is, and at one point he was the best wrestler in the world. So like, absolutely he was. No, but Pac, I think Pac is fantastic. Like, it's just like it really goes to show. Like, I think he has proven how much of a loss to WWE he was, more so than Moxley. Like, in the sense that like we all knew what Moxley was capable of, and like when Moxley left, he just did what Moxley does. Whereas Pac, like, we knew that he was like really good at flips and he was really like unique in the ring and stuff, but like he's gone on from this run now and proven himself as one of the best heels in wrestling, and like no one really talks about him. Like, I mean, people do talk about him, but no one talks about him in the sense like one of the best to do it. Like, where I think he is, like, he's so unique, and he's just, I just love the fact that he's constantly in his ring gear, that he's just constantly like ready for a fight. Yeah. And no, he's just it's just so funny.
And like both had the pleasure of watching him live twice, and he's been absolutely fantastic both nights.
Yeah. What's it called? I was looking at a thing there, and it was like Orange Cassidy's like indie career, and it was like before he was Orange Cassidy, and it was he like kind of buttered his bread in Chikara, and in Chikara he was a tag team, and he was in a tag team called the Colony. Have you heard about this?
No.
He's in a tag team called the Colony, and he didn't go by Orange Cassidy. He went by he was Fire Ant, I think. and his partner was Soldier Ant, and guess who his partner was?
Who?
Drew Gulak.
Yeah, bizarre.
Yeah, like what a weird tag team. But yeah, and like at that point, like Orange Cassidy was just like, you know, a workhorse, bloody in-ring guy. So like it's like, yeah, it's just crazy to see him now. But what a good match! What, like, Orange Cassidy is arguably, it's either him or Hangman, the most over person in AEW now.
I'd go Orange Cassidy.
Do you think so? He probably is. Like, he probably.
I'd love to see the merch sales. I'd say he is the top merch seller.
He doesn't even have that much. I think he has one shirt, and
I think they have sunglasses as well.
oh, do they? Okay.
I think you should if they don't. Fuck no.
Yeah, and I'd sell denim jackets too.
Yeah.
But yeah, he like just he lost the match, which I thought was the right call. I think Pac should have won, but like but still, like, for Orange Cassidy, the Superman punch, the rolling around the ring, which was hilarious, and yeah, it was really good. And now Pac has a stable.
Yeah,
Pac has a trios, and with the Lucha Bros, Pentagon, and Phoenix, which I think is a cool fit. I think it was something they wanted to do since Day Off, because remember back at like Fyter Fest, it was meant to be Kenny and the Bucks versus Pac and Lucha Bros.
Yeah,
and obviously Pac's contract things with Dragon Gate didn't allow that. So I say this was something they wanted to do since the start. Now, the one thing I want to ask you about this new faction of Pac, Pentagon, and Phoenix, what do you think of the name?
What is the name? I haven't heard it.
Oh, haven't you heard the name?
No.
Oh, okay. I think you'll find this funny. So the name, so there's kind of two names, right? There's the English version and the Spanish version, because Pentagon and Phoenix are Mexican. Yeah. But I prefer the Spanish version. I think it sounds way cooler. But I'll let you decide. Wow. So you have the English version which is Death Triangle.
Okay.
Like, and keep in mind now, Pac is from Newcastle, so it's Death Triangle.
Does it more Welsh?
Well, yeah, it did, but you know, you get the gist. A big Geordie accent on him. Yeah. But then you have the Spanish version, which is Triángulo de la Muerte.
That's cool.
Yeah, that sounds cooler.
That's cool.
Triángulo de la Muerte.
That's marketable. I'd buy a T-shirt with that on it.
I would too. I wouldn't buy Death Triangle.
Yeah, that just makes you sound like the fucking.
That sounds like a serious band.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm. Do you think they're gonna bring in 6-man tag belts, because they have lots of like trios teams?
Yeah, I was saying if you want people to not sit next to you on the bus, wear a T-shirt that says Death Triangle.
Yeah, literally, yeah. But no, you want people to sit next to you on the bus, you wear Triángulo de la Muerte.
Yeah.
And like, I saw people saying like, oh, they're not going to call them that because like it's Spanish, like you're only going to have like Spanish people say that. Like, but I was like, there's this table in Japan called Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Yeah, and everyone loves them.
Yeah, so like, you know, who cares if it's in Spanish? Like, it's not like you don't like. It's just easy to say it. You don't have to say like you don't have to be able to speak Spanish to say that. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, no. So that was that match, and again, like so good. Like Pac is just the best. I love Pac so much. I just love that he's so angry, and Orange Cassidy is just he just has so much upside to him. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that was that, and then finally we had the main event of the night, which was the AEW World Championship match between the AEW World Champion Chris Jericho and the challenger Jon Moxley. What do you think of this match, Jack?
I thought, in terms of work rate, the match was really good. Served its purpose. I thought it was, Jericho has developed since the initial match with Kenny, his first match outside of WWE, has developed this kind of, brawler type, bruiser Brody type gimmick and ring style, and it just shows how much he can adapt in the ring. And I thought it was very good. I thought the crowd was just exhausted, and it kind of took away from the match a little. I thought they could have. I think they could have opened with Cassidy, Pac, and put Hager and Dustin Rhodes in the co-main slot to just let the crowd down a little.
Definitely, that's what I would have said the same.
But no, I thought it was a very good match. It's really cool to see Jon Moxley be on top again. On top of.
It's mad looking back a year ago where he was.
Yeah.
To now, it's crazy.
He was losing E3 on on Raw and Elias and all.
A weird feud with Nia Jax, and yeah, he was a germaphobe. It was crazy. Good for him. Good for Jon Moxley. I'm proud of him.
Yeah. It's really good to see. Really, really happy for it. He went and bet on himself leaving WWE. I think he'd just be kind of floating in around the upper mid card now if he'd stayed.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think in terms of his ring style and in terms of his the amount of injuries he was having in WWE, I think AEW is a better fit for him anyway. So yeah, congratulations to Jon Moxley. Only the second ever AEW champion. You have to give major props to Chris Jericho, who was the first. In terms of a guy who, you want to elevate your company. He was perfect.
He really made the world title feel important,
Yeah, and the entire run was special. From, there's so many lasting moments in his run. You go back to the feud with Cody and him doing that video. Even when he won the title and a little bit of the bubbly thing started, from that.
Yeah, Jericho went through a period where anything he said, in his promo that week, became a T-shirt.
Yeah, like the week where they had the brawl when he had the ticket and he was just screaming, "I have a ticket!"
You got a ticket.
So
I loved him as well, actually, on Dynamite this week when obviously Mox they kind of at the very start of this feud, Jericho blinded Moxley with his spike to the eye, and Moxley's been wearing an eye patch basically for the whole thing. Yeah. And there was a spot, and obviously the big spot at the end of the match was Jericho took out Moxley's other eye, so then he was blind, but then Moxley took off the eye patch and revealed he could see all along. And I loved on Dynamite this week when Jericho's like, "You're cheating a liar, Jon Moxley, because I was training to fight a one-eyed man." And I thought it was funny. But yeah, I think it was the right call to put the title on Moxley now. I think he's white hot now. He's one of the top, he's one of the hottest wrestlers in the world right now. And I think it was just a natural passing of the guard. I think if you dragged it out any bit more, you'd be kind of you'd be kind of okay. I don't think it wouldn't have been as impactful. And what's it called? Yeah. So I think Moxley's is just another. I think Moxley's a great fit to have as the top babyface champion now. And I'm looking forward to see who he feuds with next. Some people my pick is MJF, but some people are saying Pac as well. Pac could be a good shout as well, but and maybe Pac. But I think the match for Double or Nothing will be Jon Moxley and MJF.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that was AEW Dynamite.
AEW Revolution, not Dynamite.
Revolution. No, overall it was a great show.
Great, fantastic show. I think when we look back over the year, this will be one of the standout shows of the year, right?
Yeah, Now let's get back to reality and
Yeah,
talk
where everything sucks.
Chamber.
So yeah, we have first. Okay, so there's two things I want to talk about first before that. So we have Elimination Chamber. We have to run that down and stuff. But I want to talk to you about the Wrestling Observer newsletter, like end of year awards. Now, have you seen any of the awards yet? Have you seen any of them yet?
No, but I know they're going to make me very angry. So
I have the majority of them here. Do you want to talk about that first before we talk about Elimination Chamber? Or do you want to talk about it after it?
no, we can talk about it now.
We'll talk about it now. Okay. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. Where to start? Okay, so I'm going to start here. So let's start with the big one, which is the Luthez / Ric Flair Award, aka the Wrestler of the Year. I'm going to ask you, Jack, who do you think, and then I'll let you know. I'll reveal it. So, who do you think won it? Wrestler of the Year.
Wrestler, what is the year like in terms of
2019?
2019. Who'd a good 2019? Okada.
He came second.
Okay, who won?
Chris Jericho.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm okay with that one. I'm okay with that.
I am okay with that one. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, top five were Jericho, Okada, Ospreay, Cody, and Adam Cole. That's what the top five was. Next up, then, and I don't get this one because I don't see the difference between this and the last one. It's most outstanding wrestler. So I don't know what that actually means.
That's probably more for in-ring talent, and then the Ric Flair Lutez Award is overall.
Probably, yeah. So who do you think won most outstanding wrestler?
Ospreay.
Correct. Ospreay won it. Ospreay won it with Okada second, Ibushi third, Shingo Takagi fourth, and Tomohiro Ishii in fifth.
Okay.
Next up, then we have Tag Team of the Year, and this one will surprise you, I say.
Tag Team of the Year.
Yeah.
The Lucha Bros.
Correct. I'm actually surprised you got that one. The Lucha Bros won with the Young Bucks in second, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly in third, Santana and Ortiz in fourth, and Suwama and Shuji Ishikawa in fifth. They're from All Japan, I believe. But yeah, the Lucha Bros Tag Team of the Year. That's fair enough. Best on interviews.
Jericho.
Correct.
Yeah.
Jericho with Cody in second, MJF in third, John Moxley in fourth, and Zack Sabre Jr. in fifth.
John Moxley
in fourth. I think best on interviews means it means best on the mic, like in general.
Yeah, but he only that's a weird one because he only started wrestling properly wrestling in September. So how you can judge that overall for the year?
He was doing New Japan, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd question that one.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, he at least didn't win it. He came fourth. So, next up we had Promotion of the Year.
He went to AEW, didn't he?
No, he gave it to New Japan. AEW was second. WWE was third. NWA was fourth, and then UFC was fifth.
Why is he lumped into this?
He does this he does this weird thing where he includes the UFC in these awards. I don't know why.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
How does someone in the UFC win most outstanding promo?
Yeah, who knows? I think 1 year Chael Sonnen came second or third. But yeah, I think so. What's actually worth noting as well about the Promotion of the Year is OTT came 9th. So
congratulations to them. I think they should be fucking higher.
Yeah, they should be. Big shout out to them. Then we had Best Weekly TV Show. What do you think won?
AEW Dynamite.
Correct. AEW Dynamite won.
That is bullshit. They were only on. Oh my god, that's bullshit.
See, that's the thing as well, right? I was kind of like, yeah, Dynamite's been really good, but then I was like, it's only been on since September or October.
Yeah.
So I was a bit like, I don't know how I feel about that one.
I think it should be NXT, but I knew he was going to go AEW.
NXT came second. Then it was NWA Power was third. New Japan on Access was fourth.
Oh, fuck.
And then Being the Elite was fifth.
Oh, my God. That is ridiculous.
And do you want to hear something even funnier?
What?
Eighth place was AEW Dark.
Well, for fuck's sake.
And 10th place was AEW Road 2. So, you know, those build-up shows on YouTube that they do.
He is ridiculous.
That they used to only do them for pay-per-views, and then they started doing them for every week's Dynamite, and they only started doing that, like, I think in December.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. So then we had Match of the Year, Pro Wrestling Match of the Year. What do you think won?
Sorry now, how is Being the Elite a better weekly series than a Fox-produced SmackDown?
Well, in fair, SmackDown's been dog shite.
Yeah, Being the Elite is not riveting television each week either.
Well, I wouldn't put Being the Elite up there because it's on bloody YouTube.
Anyway, go on.
Look, it says the category is Best Weekly TV Show.
Yeah.
Like, it's not on TV.
And New Japan cancelled on Access.
Was it cancelled? Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Huh?
It was cancelled, yeah, wasn't it?
Oh, God. Go on anyway.
Then we had Match of the Year, Pro Wrestling Match of the Year.
What match was it? Did he give it to Jericho or Omega?
No.
What did he give it?
He gave it to Will Ospreay and Shingo Takagi for their Best of the Super Juniors final.
Yeah, interesting.
He also had top five of them. Second was Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
Third was Cody versus Dustin Rhodes at Double or Nothing. Fourth was Kazuchika Okada versus Will Ospreay for their G1 Climax match.
Disagree with Omega Tanahashi. I don't even think that was in the top 5 Kenny Omega matches that year. But anyway.
Yeah, it was good. I thought it was really good. Yeah, I wouldn't have put it as high as second though. Yeah. I think there was NXT matches that were better. Like.
Yeah. Anyway, go on. Move on.
Next up, we had United States / Canada MVP.
Jericho.
Correct. Top 5 were Chris Jericho, Cody, Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, and Nick Gage.
Nick Gage.
Do you know Nick Gage? Do you ever hear of him now?
Yeah, I know who he is, but I'm just questioning why he's there.
I suppose he had a 720-day reign or something with the GCW title, and like kind of proper made it important. But like, yeah, I don't get why he's up there either.
I could have a 720-day reign with the GCW championship.
Yeah, I know. Well, actually, no. Yeah, he had title. Go on.
He also almost fucking killed David Arquette.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Actually, I kind of misread it here as well. He has Nick Gage and Becky Lynch tied for 5th. So, next
hold on now.
Go on.
How is Becky Lynch in Canada and USA MVP of the year?
Yeah, because he does have a Europe one.
That makes no sense.
She's not in the Europe one.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, I know it doesn't.
These awards are bullshit.
He's such. I wanted to, because I wanted to say it to you because I thought it'd be hilarious. And this one, oh my god! I just realized this one doesn't make sense either. Japanese MVP. Now, I don't mind the first one, but it's the top 10 that annoy me. So Japanese MVP. Number one was Okada, which is kind of,
Fair enough.
Second was Will Ospreay. Like, he's not Japanese. I was like, oh yes, of course. Will Ospreay was also second in the Europe MVP. So apparently you can be in both categories. And okay, I'll point this out. Will Ospreay is second in Japanese MVP, and he's second in the Europe MVP. But Becky Lynch isn't in the Europe MVP, despite coming fifth in the Canada America MVP.
Is it just that he's doing it that people who wrestle in Europe and Japan?
Probably.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense.
Like, everyone else in the top 10 of the, like, everyone else in the top 10 of the United States Canada MVP is either from America or Canada. So, anyway. So we had Okada, Ospreay, Kento Miyahara, Kota Ibushi, and Tetsuya Naito were the top 5 in Japan. Then we had the Mexico MVP. So we had Rey Fénix, number 1, which I think is fair. 2 we had Roosh.
Yeah.
3 we had LA Park.
Okay.
4 we had Pentagon Jr.
Okay.
And 5th we had Dragon Lee. So
fair enough.
I think that's pretty fair. Then you had the Europe MVP. Number 1 was Walter.
Wrong.
Well, yeah. Why?
The MVP of Europe last year was David Starr.
David Starr came 3rd.
David Starr. Yeah, I'm sorry.
He had Walter, Will Ospreay, David Starr, Zack Sabre Jr., and Jordan Devlin.
No, I don't agree with that one.
Yeah, well, like,
considering Ospreay only wrestled in Europe up until he signed his New Japan contract, so that was March. Was it? February, which is absolutely ridiculous. If you're going to put Will Ospreay ahead of David Starr, that is absolutely shocking. That is uneducated. That is someone who only watches a certain type of European wrestling and make decisions.
The New Japan affiliated organizations.
Yeah, he only makes his decisions off the type of wrestling he watches, which is just ridiculous. If to stand out in Europe all year, if you want to take it like that, David Starr, there's absolutely no argument against that. I can't remember a specific Walter match or Walter promo from last year. I can remember several from David Starr. I could the 2 Jordan Devlin matches. Yeah, let's just move on because this is pissing me off.
Yeah. Then we had non-heavyweight MVP. So number 1 was Will Ospreay. Tied for second. Tied for second was Dragon Lee and Shingo Takagi. 4th was Rey Fénix, and 5th was El Hijo del Vikingo. You know what's kind of funny as well, right? So he has numbers next to the wrestler's name, right? And I guess they're kind of like votes.
Yeah.
And Will Ospreay in first place for non-heavyweight MVP got 1,015 votes, right? Guess how many second place got?
Like 10.
31.
Jesus.
I don't know. Then we had women's wrestling MVP. Who do you think won that?
Women's wrestling?
Yeah.
If it's not Becky Lynch, I'm going to fucking hang up on you right now.
It was Becky Lynch, yeah. Becky Lynch got number 1.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch number 1, Tessa Blanchard number 2, Shayna Baszler number 3, Ronda Rousey number 4, and Io Shirai 5th.
Okay, Grant, that's okay.
Then we had best box office draw.
Best box office draw. Ronda Rousey?
No, not Ronda Rousey. It was Chris Jericho.
Okay.
Chris Jericho number 1, Brock Lesnar number 2, John Jones number 3, Kazuchika Okada number 4, and Nate Diaz number 5.
Lacey has fought once,
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
2019. Kind of makes no sense. Yeah. Next, I'd question a lot of those. I'd question John Jones as well because I don't know how many John Jones fights people were clamoring to see in 2019.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he's basing these off actual factual numbers.
No, I think it's genuinely opinion. I think it's genuinely like who he thinks is the best box office draw. Next up, we had Feud of the Year. Who's you won that?
Feud of the Year was won by Cody and Kenny.
That was like 2 years ago.
Was that 2018? Okay. It was something to do with Cody anyway. Cody Dustin.
No, that didn't do it. Feud of the Year was Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
Second place was Chris Jericho and Cody.
Yeah.
Third place was the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros.
Yeah.
Fourth place was Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston.
Okay. Yeah.
Fifth place was Jushin Thunder Liger and Minoru Suzuki.
I'd have Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston higher.
He had David Starr and Jordan Devlin sixth, by the way. That should have been higher.
I think that should have been higher than Suzuki Liger, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano. I can live with that. Like,
yeah.
Then we had Most Improved.
Yeah.
We had number 1 was Lance Archer.
Yeah. Definitely.
Which I think is like the undisputed winner. 2, we had John Moxley. 3 was Jungle Boy. 4th was Rhea Ripley. And 5th was Taichi.
Okay. I can live with those.
What's bullshit about the Most Improved list is at number 9 and 10, he had Cody and Will Ospreay.
Oh God! How? No. Go there.
So then we had Most Charismatic. Who won that?
Jericho.
Yeah. Jericho wins Most Charismatic, followed by second place Cody, third place Tetsuya Naito, fourth place Hiroshi Tanahashi, and fifth place MJF.
So not one WWE superstar on that.
You find the first WWE superstar at 7th place with Becky Lynch. And then...
That is bullshit.
Yeah, and then the next one is at 9th place in Matt Riddle.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm not a person that is all like in favor of WWE, but this is absolute bias at its finest. This is ridiculous. Like.
Yeah, I know. And I think you'll find this one funnier.
Yes.
This is the Bryan Danielson Award, aka Best Technical Wrestler. Who won that? Who won the Bryan Danielson Award?
I don't get how some of these awards differ from a most outstanding wrestler to most technical wrestler. It makes no sense. But anyway, I'm assuming it was Will Ospreay.
No, he came third. Number 1 was Zack Sabre Jr.
Okay, fair enough.
Number 2 was Daniel Bryan.
But it is his award.
Yeah. Number 3, and I think it's been a running thing for the last 5 years since Zack Sabre Jr.'s won it. Since Zack Sabre Jr. first won it, I think he's won it every year since, and every year since I think Daniel Bryan's come second. Bar the year obviously he was retired.
Yeah.
Or 3 years he was retired, whatever. 3 was Will Ospreay. 4th was Sonata, and 5th was Jonathan Gresham.
Okay.
Most overrated.
Oh, this was a WWE wrestler anyway.
You better believe it was.
Is it going to make me angry?
No, probably not.
Okay, go on, tell me.
Most overrated number 1 was King Corbin.
Okay. Um,
It's the rest of the list that gets funny.
How rated he is, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he's perfectly rated. Like, I think he's like exactly where he should be, kind of thing.
I would put him in the most improved list more so than that. But anyway.
Yeah. So then we had King Corbin at first. We had Seth Rollins number 2.
Bullshit.
We had Bray Wyatt number 3.
I'm just not even going to speak on that.
I thought you died for a second there. We had Lacey Evans number 4, and we had
should be on the most improved list. I think she's coming on.
Yeah, and then 5th we had Shane McMahon.
Well justified.
And then
I don't know how rated he is.
And then to show how kind of stupid these lists are, so most overrated, right? Keep that in mind. At 10th, he had Cody. Like,
okay, I don't even want to do this anymore. Can we just move on because his?
So how about most underrated?
Okay, this is the last one we're doing because I can't. My head is just fried from this.
The rest are kind of stupid, anyways.
Most underrated, I would imagine Cody's there as well because he just loves the contradict himself.
I skipped on too far. No, he's not there.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know.
Most underrated was Shorty G, followed by Matt Riddle, Toa Hanare, Ricochet, and Tomohiro Ishii.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually a fair list. And then, like, he has, like, Rookie of the... Oh, my God, I just read this, and it's the stupidest thing ever. Okay, I was going to say this quickly, right? Rookie of the Year, 3rd place, Cain Velasquez. Jack, are you okay?
Yeah. Let's just talk about... Let's just move on to Elimination Chamber. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, but, like, he has, like, stupid things, like, most disgusting promotional tactic. And I think it's just ways to, like, slam WWE.
Yeah.
Like, he has worst television show, number 1 Raw, number 2 SmackDown. All of the, yeah, he's got, like, the top 3 worst matches of the year, all WWE. Worst feud of the year, all WWE. Like, everyone on the list is worst. Oh, God, yeah. He's the worst.
Yeah, let's talk about Elimination Chamber. Let's go into that because I can't deal with this anymore.
Yeah. Okay. I know. I'm sorry I upset you.
You've ruined my weekend.
All right. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Okay. We'll forget about it. Let's talk about Elimination Chamber this Sunday. It's the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania. So, it only makes sense to have it be like an incredibly underwhelming card.
I thought more, no?
No. This is the last one.
Oh, interesting.
Well, we've got TakeOver Tampa and then Chamber, or then Mania, but this is the last one. First up, we have singles action, and it is Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak.
Are you asking who I have?
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan, obviously.
Yeah. It's obviously Daniel Bryan. I think it'd be really good, though.
It'll be a good match, and I think it's interesting that he's wrestling Drew Gulak. I think that was probably a request from Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. He's been in a feud with him, like he's been in a mini feud with him on SmackDown. Kind of like it's Gulak being like it's actually kind of good because it's Gulak getting guys like Heath Slater and Curtis Axel like jobbers basically, and saying like, "Oh, I have Daniel Bryan scouted. Go out there and target his leg or his arm or whatever, and you'll win." And then obviously they don't. And then Daniel Bryan's like, "You think you have me scouted? How about you wrestle me yourself at Elimination Chamber?" Kind of thing, like.
Okay.
So it's actually a pretty good like mini feud. But yeah, Daniel Bryan's winning, obviously. And but I think if it's given time and like they're let do what they want, I think it'll be a really good technical match. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Next up, we have the United States Championship. It is the United States champion Andrade defending his title against Humberto Carrillo. Who do you have in mind, Jack?
I have Andrade.
Yeah.
I don't know what's leading, where it's leading, but I don't want to see Humberto Carrillo.
I'm disagreeing with you. I think it's Humberto Carrillo.
Okay.
I think Humberto Carrillo is winning here. New United States champion because of a few reasons, right? I think he's going to be a transitional champion for Angel Garza. I think the match at Mania should be Garza, Andrade, Carrillo, and Rey Mysterio Fatal 4-Way. Because it'll just be really good.
Yeah.
Also, I want to see Carrillo be a transitional champion for Garza. Because I want to see Garza, if that's the match of Mania, I want Garza to win that. And then I want to see Andrade and Garza as a tag team. Because I think they had a tag team match on Raw this week where they took on Carrillo and Mysterio. And they were fantastic. They worked so well together. Like they seemed like a tag team. Like if you just tuned into Raw, you could be like, okay, they're an established tag team.
Yeah.
And like they even wore matching gear. And I want to see them as a tag team. So even if they don't put the belt, like even if they want to do Carrillo versus Mysterio or something and just keep Andrade and Garza away from it, I want to see Garza and Andrade go after the tag titles at Mania if that's the case, because I think they're really good. Plus with Zelina Vega as the mouthpiece, I think it'll be fantastic. And I was also going to say, WWE love doing like one little title change between like the Rumble and Mania, or like the kind of the pay-per-view before Mania. They just like doing one more title change just in case we thought we had the card figure out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going Humberto Carrillo here. Plus he's faced him I don't know how many times, so if he just loses again, it's just
yeah.
Anyway, next up we have a no disqualification match. It is Aleister Black versus AJ Styles in a no DQ match. Who do you have in white?
I have AJ.
Okay.
It's interesting to see where this is going. I think a lot of people are speculating it's going to be a 3-on-2 handicap match at Mania. I don't think that.
That's my speculation.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Vince sees more value in AJ versus Taker. I think it takes away from the actual kind of dream match of AJ versus Taker if you do it in a handicap match format. So I think AJ wins through through means, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this is going.
I'm disagreeing with you again. I'm going Aleister Black. But I'm not. I like the 3-on-2 handicap match was just kind of like an idea to get like to kind of so Aleister Black isn't left out in the cold in this thing. Like, you know what I mean? Because otherwise he's not going to have a spot in Mania. He's just going to be in like the Battle Royal or something.
I think that's where it's going. I think he's not going to have a spot at Mania.
Yeah, no, I don't think he is either. Like, I don't think they'll do the 3-on-2 handicap match. That was just like what I would do.
Yeah.
If it was me, but like you're right as well, like, and Vince is right as well in the sense that like there probably is more value in Taker versus AJ 1-on-1.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have Black win though. I'm going to give Black a win here via Undertaker shenanigans. So I think like Taker distracts AJ via something, and Black has to win that way. So you're protecting AJ in one sense. Because a lot of people are saying AJ needs to win this one. So he, after being pinned after one chokeslam at Super Showdown. But like, if it's via Undertaker-esque distraction, then I think it's okay. Plus, like, just give Black a win so that like he's not going in, like he's not coming out of this completely empty-handed, like, for God's sakes. Next up, we have the Raw Tag Team Championship match. It is the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, defend their titles against Seth Rollins and Murphy. Who do you have and why?
Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy.
Really?
Yeah, I think that was just. I think the title changing hands was just a kind of red herring type thing. Like you said about, you think you have the card for WrestleMania, you figured it out and all that. I think, like, if the titles stay on the Street Profits, I think they're like, then there won't be a tag title match at WrestleMania, or else it'll be on the pre-show. I think if the titles go on,
I think it's definitely on the pre-show.
What did you say?
I think I think the Raw Tag Team titles would definitely be on the pre-show. Like,
well, it depends, because you could do Seth Rollins, Buddy Murphy versus Kevin Owens and insert partner here. So I think if you want to elevate the titles, then you put it back on Rollins Murphy. But I'm not sure. It's very, very. I don't care really.
I'm just agreeing with you again. I'm going the Street Profits to retain, because I think the match for Mania is going to be Rollins and Owens 1-on-1. And I think we're going to get Rollins Owens 1-on-1, and we're going to get Street Profits versus AOP at Mania, probably on the pre-show. And that's how, I think then you do the title switch back to the AOP, so Rollins' stable ends up with the belts again. Because I thought it was weird anyway that Rollins and Murphy got the tag titles. I thought it should, like, they literally have a tag team in the stable. Why didn't they do it? But I think Owens comes out here again costs Rollins. Like, he's just making Rollins' life, miserable now. So then I think Owens will lay down the challenge. Probably not. Maybe here or maybe at Raw. For Mania.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going Street Profits for that one. But again, like you said, I don't really care. Next up, we have the first of 2 Elimination Chamber matches. This one is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. It is the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, The Miz and John Morrison, defending their titles against The New Day, Big E and Kofi Kingston, The Usos, Jimmy and Jay, Heavy Machinery, Otis and Tucker, Lucha House Party, Lindsay Dorado and Grand Metalik, and Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. And last night on SmackDown, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode won a gauntlet match to enter the chamber last. So keep that in mind with your prediction. Who do you have and why?
I have the Lucha House Party. No, I'm joking. I have Miz and Morrison.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you on this one as well. I'm going Miz and Morrison for this one as well. I don't see, I don't know what they're going to do for the tag titles at Mania.
I think it's going to be a 4-way. I think it's going to be, or 5-way. I think it's going to be, I think Tucker and Otis are going to be involved. I think with that, I think Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode are going to be involved. And then I think you have New Day and the Usos and the other boys, Miz and Morrison. So you
think they're going to do this match again, basically, but minus the Lucha House Party?
Yeah, and I think it might be like a battle royal or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Team.
I think this one will definitely be on the pre-show, though. Like the SmackDown tag titles, whatever about the Raw ones, but these ones will definitely be on the pre-show.
I don't know. I see if they go with the Tucker or the Otis and the Otis Mandy Dolph triangle in and put it into this storyline or into this match, then I think it'll be on the main show.
Maybe. Did you see the latest twist in that tale from last night?
No.
It was like Mandy, like Otis went over to Mandy and was like, I'm sorry about I'm sorry I was late and all this stuff, and then Mandy was like giving out to him and stuff. So Mandy's Mandy's kind of lost interest in him now.
What do you think? What do you think it comes of this?
Like the payoff,
Yeah.
I really don't know, because if it's not like Mandy finally ending up with Otis, then that's what I want to see. That's what I want it to be. But I don't think it will be.
I think in typical Vince McMahon booking, I think they're gonna. Otis at Mania, if they're in the title match, will be distracted because Mandy is leading him along and stuff. But they in the build-up, all he'll be worried about is Mandy, and then Mandy they'll make up, and Mandy will be in his corner from WrestleMania, Otis and Tucker's, and I think they'll lose by something happening to Mandy, and they're getting distracted, and that's how they lose, and then he'll start helping Mandy up or something, and then she'll kick him in the dick, and then she'll walk away. So Otis is down, his heart is broken, and Tucker will be helping him up, and then Tucker will kick him in the dick, and Otis will be left absolutely devastated because Vince McMahon and the good guy never ends up well in a love situation in WWE.
Yeah. Wouldn't be like it wouldn't be like, to be fair. Next up, I mean, I don't want to talk about it because I'll just get sad. Next up, we have a 3-on-1 handicap match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Is the Intercontinental Champion Braun Strowman defending his title against the team of Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn. Who do you have and what?
Is this... Okay, the rules for this now, is that whoever gets the pin is Intercontinental Champion, or if they win, they're going to be co-Intercontinental Champions? I
think it's whoever gets the pin. I don't think they've specified it yet. They probably will, on the night.
Okay.
But I think if I'm using my head, if I'm reading this now, I'm going, okay, whoever pins Strowman of those three guys is the champion then.
Okay. If it's okay, I have two scenarios playing out. If it's the intercontinental title thing, it'll be Strowman who wins. If it's whoever gets the pin first is Intercontinental Champion, it'll be Sami Zayn who wins.
I think it is too. I think it's Sami Zayn as well.
I think he'll get a sneak kind of roll up after the other two doing the whole work, all the work. And I think that it'll lead to a triple threat at Mania.
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
I think Strowman can off and do whatever Strowman does at WrestleMania. Wrestle,
fight some celebrity. Yeah,
Shaquille O'Neal or something.
Yeah, I think that's happening too. And I thought I was going to say that, and you were going to be like, "Oh no," and you were going to laugh at me. But I thought I think Sami Zayn is going to walk out of this as the Intercontinental Champion genuinely.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, cool. That's fair enough then. And then finally, the main event, or presumably the main event because it's on the poster and it was the first match announced. It is another Elimination Chamber match, this time for number one contendership for the Raw Women's Championship. It is Natalya versus Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler versus Asuka versus Ruby Riott versus Sarah Logan. Who are you picking and why is it Shayna Baszler?
I think this is stupid. This match makes no sense. Absolutely stupid. Why would you start the angle of Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler before she's the number one contender? Because it's just telling everyone. It makes people not I don't want to tune into Elimination Chamber because I know what's going to happen. So Therefore, I think if I was in WWE, I'd be advocating for Shayna Baszler not to win this match. But she's going to.
I think it'd be so funny if she didn't win. It would be so funny because,
you could tell the story of her not winning, and then maybe her injuring whoever it's supposed to be, and then it leads to her getting. So, okay, let's just say, pick someone random. Who did you say was in the match? Because I don't even know. I don't even care.
Natalia, Liv Morgan, Asuka, Ruby Wright, and Sarah Logan are the other 5.
Okay, let's, because it's perfectly suited for her. Let's say Natalia. Natalia wins, and everyone's like, "Oh, what? Natalia Becky at Mania? What? No!" And like Natalia's like, "Oh, I did this for my dad. I'm a member of the Hart family, you know, the old shtick." And then Baszler comes out and just beats the living piss out of her, and hospitalize her, do the whole stretcher job, have Brett come out, start crying,
falls down.
like come out, the whole 9 yards, and then have it that, you know, she eliminates the main competition, and it's then, you know, determined that, you know, I'd have it between, like, the last 2 would be her and Natalia win, and then they say, well, or her then saying, well, I was second, I was next, so if Natalia can't compete, I should be the person, the number 1 contender, and then she gets the match. She goes on to win the title in Mania, and then you've already made feud for when she comes back, because she can then wrestle Natalia.
Yeah, true.
I would advocate for that, but you know, it's WWE, so Baszler's gonna eliminate the competition. Like,
I want this, right? The only way I'll be cool with this match is if Baszler does a bit of a Goldberg and eliminates like Logan and Riot and Morgan and Natalia, and it's just her and Asuka left, and then her and Asuka have like a 20-minute match.
Yeah.
Then I'll be cool with it.
Yeah.
Because I want to see that match so badly.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
Like, this feels stupid in the sense that, like, it's like the Chamber is like Baszler winning is almost like a subplot of the Chamber match itself. It's gonna be, I think, more of the focus is gonna be like on the other feuds in the Chamber. So like the Riot Squad feud between Logan, Morgan, and Riot, and it looks like they're starting a feud with Natalia and Asuka, with presumably going to Mania with the Kabuki Warriors defending their titles against Natalia and a partner of her choosing, more than likely Beth Phoenix. So like, I think Baszler is actually going to be a subplot here.
Yeah.
I think they're going to try and focus more on developing other stories for Mania.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Baszler's winning. If she doesn't win, I'm like, what? But like, yeah, Baszler's winning. And that's Elimination Chamber. Are you going to watch?
Probably not. No, they haven't give any reason for me to stay up and watch it. So
Like, even when WWE do like not bad pay-per-views, but like kind of like underwhelming pay-per-views, there's always 1 or 2 matches where I'm like, I'd stay up to watch that. But like, this pay-per-view feels so like average, or feels so like plain. I don't know what, like, and like it's Elimination Chamber. Like, Elimination Chamber matches should be really and make you want to tune in, but like, I really don't want to. Like, I don't want to. Like, I'm like,
yeah.
I'd be okay if I don't watch this. Like, you know what I mean?
But in fairness, it's a very thrown together card. So if WWE haven't put the effort into building the card, then why should we put the effort into watch? So,
and like, the thing is as well, like, it's the fact that like they had Super Showdown sandwiched in between the Rumble and here, so they
that's the issue, you know.
yeah.
But anyway,
we'll leave it there, I suppose. Tune in next week for a review of Elimination Chamber, as riveting as that'll be.
And we're now, after this week, then we're just rocketing down the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
5th gear.
If the coronavirus doesn't get to us first.
Oh shit, yeah, fuck it, yeah.
Yeah.
WrestleMania could be cancelled.
Will we leave it there?
We'll leave it there.
Okay. Thanks for listening. Have fun.